Hello, my friend. Welcome to your chordal guitar lesson of the week. So a few days ago, I have made a cover of the main theme of Interstellar written by Hans Zimmer, and it sounds like this. So today I wanted to show you why I think the chord progressions in this song are addictive to listen to. So you might know very well that music is made of tensions and resolutions. And for me, an addictive chord progression gives you a little bit of resolutions, but never so it's fully resolved or fully rested. So you have little bits of satisfaction, but it's never fully satisfying. So that's why you want to keep listening to it over and over again, because you hope that you will get that satisfaction at some point. And it's what it's doing on both parts of this song. So first of all, we are in the key of A minor, which is a great key because it's all the white keys on a piano. And then the first part sounds like this. So if we look at the most important part here in this chord progression, it is the bass line. The bass line has the melody in it, right? Da, 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 da. This is the melody here, and it's only 3 notes. If we look at our A minor scale, this is the root note, the second, and the minor third. And if we categorize each of those 3 notes, we have 2 stable notes, being the root and the minor third, and we have 1 unstable note, being the second. So the A and the C are stable notes because they are notes of my root chord, right? So the arpeggio of my root chord, 1 minor third, perfect fifth, those are stable notes in my key of A minor, but that B note is unstable. It wants to resolve either down or at least up so that we can reach a stable note here. So guess where we dwell the most? Guess where we spend the most time? Yes, on the unstable note. So now we are on an unstable note for a lot of time. And then when it resolves down, it keeps being busy on the bass line. And then once again, we spend the most time on that unstable note that needs to resolve. So that's a great trick to use when you want this to be addictive. It's to spend a lot of time on that unstable pivot chord, because if we resolve down or up, we reach more stable ground, but this middle note right here is unstable, right? And there are kind of 2 ways you can do it. It's either when you resolve, it's busy and it moves a lot, so the resolution is really for a very short amount of time, right? So we spend most of our time here. And then when we resolve, it's like, finally, but it moves again, right? So the resolution is for a very small amount of time. So it keeps going on the more unstable side every time. And the second way to do it is to still resolve, but not exactly on the root chord, on a chord that sounds like the root chord but is not it. And this is exactly what happens on the second part. So the second part sounds like this. So this is a simple chord progression, right? F, G, A minor, and G again. So if we look at it in our key of A minor, that would be the flat 6, flat 7, and root, and then back to the flat 7, right? So you see, this is kind of the same principle here. We have 3 elements, and one is at the middle, and guess which one is the unstable one? Right, it's the middle G chord here. So we have that G chord that is central, and we either go above it or below it, but we always circle around that unstable G chord. Why is it unstable? Because we've got the A minor chord, which is the root, right? Super stable. But we've got the F chord, which shouldn't be stable, right? It's not the root chord. But if we analyze the notes in this chord, we have F, we have A, and we have C. And if we analyze the A minor chord, we have A, C, and E. So we have 2 notes in common between the A minor and the F. Just one note changes between the two. So they have a lot in common to share. But if we analyze the G chord, we have G, B, D. None of those notes are from the root chord or the chord after it. They share none of the same notes, right? And all of those notes, G, B, D, are all unstable notes in an A minor scale. So it really gives that chord here the unstable quality, and we circle around it again and again. And like I said, the first chord of the progression is not A minor. If it was like this, it would be more resolved when we reach it at the end of the chord progression. The first chord is F, which is very similar, like I said, to the root chord because it shares 2 common notes, but it's still not the root chord. So it's a satisfying resolution, but it's not a full resolution. So it keeps going, and you still want to hear the resolutions over and over again because it's never fully resolved. And more than that, that G chord here, if we count each bar, and if we count each chord as a bar, F would be on bar 1, G would be on bar 2, A minor would be on bar 3, and we have a G again on bar 4. So we have a G chord on bar 2 and 4. And if we look at how our Western music is organized, the time 2 and 4 are really, really important in Western music, right? You just have to look at any drum beats, right? Where does the snare accentuate on those beats? It's on the 2 and 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. The accent is on 2, 3, 4. So it's very important at times 2 and 4 in our music. And by putting the G chord, the unstable chord, on those really important accents here on the 2 and the 4, it really accentuates the fact that it is more unstable and never fully resolved. So on both cases here, Zimmer used the same principle by having 3 elements, 3 simple elements. It's just in the key of A minor, like I said, only white keys on the piano. But by dwelling on the unstable middle element and spending a lot of time and putting this note in very important places in the chord progressions, it makes it addictive because most of the time is on tense notes that want to resolve down or up, but you never fully get that resolution that you want. So for me, it's genius for that, to use just a small set of resources and using them wisely like this with tension and resolution. So I hope that you learned something valuable in here. The chord progression, flat 6, flat 7, 1, and going back to flat 7 is really, really good to get that kind of feeling in your songs. So you could even write your own song with F, G, A minor, and G again to recreate that kind of same thing here, right? So if you are new here and you enjoyed this lesson, subscribe to my channel. And before you leave, I have a gift for you. If you like the chords that I played like this, I teach those chords in my free mini course on ambient chords that you can get, first link in the description box. This is a mini course of about 35 minutes where I show you ambient chords and how to harmonize, and you can keep some chord charts and exercises completely for free. This is my gift to you, so you can click on the first link in the description box and get it today. So thank you a lot for watching my lesson, and until next time, au revoir.